Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at the Xiamen Declaration, which was in news recently because of the Xiamen Summit in China. And before we look at the declaration, we must know what is BRICS. So BRICS is an acronym for an association of five major emerging national economies. The member nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So these are the location of these five member countries in the map. You can know more about this. We've already made a video here, and the link for this video can be found here. Alright, let's begin. Xiamen Declaration. The ninth BRICS Summit, which was recently held in Xiamen city of China from 3rd to 5th September 2017, and it ended with the adoption of the Xiamen Declaration. The theme of the summit was BRICS Stronger Partnership for a Brighter Future. The summit was important as it was the first time when PM Modi of India and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping met after the Doklam standoff. The declaration came at a time when there are tensions related to Indo-China relations, Russia's tilt towards China, growing tilt towards China, and the divide created after the New Afghan policy, where Russia and China have become one party, and India and USA and the NATO alliances have it has seemed to be that they are one party. Now let us look at the provisions of the declaration one by one. The first one is corruption. The leaders of the BRICS countries agreed to intensify dialogue and experience sharing for fighting corruption in BRICS countries. International cooperation to fight corruption will be strengthened. So this is what the declaration said about corruption. The next aspect is one of the most important ones, and it is terrorism. So this was a very good summit for India as finally all the BRICS countries have started condemning terrorism in all its forms. So India has been a victim of terrorism for so long, and it has been pitching up to various global organizations, forums, and including BRICS that all the countries should join hands and fight against terrorism, adopt counter-terrorism measures. And finally, China has also started condemning terrorism, and various terrorist organizations which are there in Pakistan have been condemned, and these terrorist organizations have their base in Pakistan. They are state funded by the government of Pakistan. And finally, the BRICS countries have decided to condemn these terrorist organizations in all forms. It emphasized the need to adopt a comprehensive approach in combating terrorism, which would include countering radicalization, recruitment, movement of terrorists, blocking sources of financing terrorism. Also, there has been an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, between the BRICS Business Council and the New Development Bank on strategic cooperation. The BRICS Business Council will suggest projects that need support from the New Development Bank. Now, when it comes to the economic and trade cooperation between the BRICS countries, the group agreed to facilitate market interlinkages as well as infrastructure and financial integration to achieve the desired goal of interconnected development. They decided to say no to protectionism, which has been the trend of various countries in the contemporary world. Now, when it comes to the strategic framework of customs, the group promoted cooperation in mutual sharing of information, mutual recognition of customs control, and mutual assistance in enforcement to boost growth and promote people's welfare. Now, let us look at the action plan for innovation cooperation 2017 to 2020. The group agreed to enhance joint BRICS research, development, and innovation in information and communication technology, including the Internet of Things, cloud computing, big data, data analytics, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, and 5G. Now, this would really boost the ICT infrastructure and connectivity between the BRICS countries. In terms of agriculture, the group decided that a coordination center of BRICS agriculture research platform will be established in India. It will be a virtual network which will address the issues of food security, nutrition, adaptation of agriculture to climate change, agricultural technology, cooperation and innovation, agricultural trade and investment, ICT application in agriculture, etc. This will really contribute to stabilize the global agricultural growth and achievement of the sustainable development goals. In terms of the UN reforms, the group supported the reform of the UN, including its Security Council. Now, I hope you know that the Security Council has five permanent members, out of which China and Russia are already its permanent members. Write down the name of the other three in the comment section. Now, the reforms, the supporting of the reforms was with a view to increase the representation of the developing countries so that it can adequately respond to global challenges. China and Russia reiterated that the importance of Brazil, India, and South Africa in international affairs and supported that their aspiration to play a greater role in the UN is legitimate. Now, India urged for setting up of a BRICS credit rating agency to counter Western rating institutions. For those of you who don't know what is credit rating is where an institution rates the financial stability of a person, an organization, or an economy of a country based on the fact that the investors, the foreign investors, when they invest in the company or in an economy, they should know what is the stability of that economy, what is the stability of that organization, and what is the chances that their money going into that economy will not be wasted and will not wash away. So this is how the credit rating agency tells about the stability, the financial stability of the economy. So countries that have really good credit ratings such as USA, Norway, Sweden, the Scandinavian countries are considered safe havens, and investors are really confident investing in those countries and in those organizations, and they are confident that their money would be returned with good profits. And countries where the credit rating agency is very poor, they are considered not so flamboyant about their investment portfolios, and investors generally come to get a huge amount of return so that they can earn a lot of money in a very short time, because these countries have to give higher rate of interest, higher returns, so that investors start investing in those countries. So this is the entire phenomenon of credit rating. A separate rating agency would help the economies of the member countries as well as other developing nations. So, when it comes to the Western rating institution, we should know that two of the most famous are Standards and Poor's, and the other one is Moody's. So, these are two organizations, two institutions that provide credit rating for the entire world's economies. The last one is clean energy for all. BRICS Summit agreed to adopt environmental friendly energy resources and technologies. They felt that there was a need for joint research on energy, cooperation, and energy efficiency, and they decided to establish BRICS Energy Research Cooperation Platform. So this is it for this video. The PDF notes for this video are available on the Civil Coursify Android app for free. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, download the Civil Coursify Android app, and follow us on Facebook and Telegram. Links are available in the description as well as comment section. Till then, thank you and take care.